The leaders will kick off day 33 of their election campaign in Sydney. Scott Morrison marking his 51st birthday today by hitting the hustings. It's after the Prime Minister announced a re-elected Liberal government would slash the deposit needed for first home buyers earning less than $200,000 as a couple. Labor has also matched that promise.
Not your usual Mother's Day family outing.
I'd like you to welcome my son
and my husband.
Our dad.
The Morrison women lending a personal touch to the Coalition's campaign launch.
How good's Mum?
Scott Morrison sharing some of his family life.
Is Dad a good cook?
Curry, and it's really good.
As he honed his message ahead of Saturday's poll.
My family story is not uncommon in our country. Australians quietly going about their lives with simple, decent, honest aspirations.
Outlining the choice facing voters in 6 days.
And the choice between a Prime Minister and myself, who just wants to back, acknowledge and cheer on the decent and simple and honest aspirations of Australians. And Bill Shorten, who just wants to tax all of those aspirations more.
The Liberal launch opened by Corangamite MP Sarah Henderson.
How good is Scott Morrison?
Included a Mother's Day gift for women's health.
Mums, I'm pleased to announce $53 million in new measures.
The Coalition would spend $36 million to combat postnatal depression. There'd be more money for breast cancer sufferers and more for breastfeeding mums. And first home buyers earning less than a combined income of $200,000 would get assistance. A re-elected Coalition government promising to cut the deposit needed for a home loan.
Our new first home loan deposit scheme, I announced today, will enable first homeowners to buy their home with a deposit of down to 5%.
The sedate Coalition launch compared with Bill Shorten's rev-up to the party faithful, warning of the consequences of a Labor government.
School halls last time, pink bats, cash for clunkers, border protection failures, welfare blowouts.
About 500 people gathered here for the Coalition campaign launch, hearing a bit more of the personal side about Liberal leader Scott Morrison. Among those not attending, Malcolm Turnbull, Tony Abbott and John Howard.
This is an election which will shape the future of our country.
As protesters sought to remind Australians of the past and argue the Liberals' inaction on climate change.
We are doing our bit, as we should, as a global citizen, but I'm not going to do it and put our kids' economic future at risk.
That economic future central to Scott Morrison's hopes of re-election. James O'Doherty, Sky News, Melbourne.